Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of the IGL Masterclass. Well, the console IGL Masterclass, but who cares? In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about rotating through dead side. Specifically in this game, I'm going to be rotating to 50-50 through the dead side after identifying it. So right now, it's about to be force zone. I don't know what I'm doing. So I know it shows that we don't have. So right now we've just got force zone, and I know it shows that there isn't a wall there, but that's just replays, and it's bugged. So right now I'm just peeking through my cone because we don't need anything. I don't need anything. Like, I have two fucking god snipers on my team, and they've gotten me, like, I don't know, like a bazillion surge or some shit. So I'm just chilling on my cone, and we have zone as well, so we don't need to move. Right now at this point, I am just looking at right now kids that look like they need surge, and I'm trying to pre-plan my rotates as well. So at this point, I've identified that this right side is almost free. There's just kids squashed over here, but that's about it. And there's one team there and stuff. So right now I'm just vibing, doing nothing else. And if I can just go in gameplay, I'll just force forward a bit, because you don't need to see anything. Or no, I just beam the kid there. At this point, we're just looking for tags because we're bored. So right now we're 1,200 above. So we don't need to look for anything. We're set for moving surge and everything. So at this moment, I tell my teammates to stop editing, because my teammates, they're looking for snipes. So I tell them to stop editing, because right now kids are really horny for surge. And if let's say Zinx here, he gets headshot sniped, we're getting full sprayed by everyone, their mother and their nun. And I don't want that, because at that point it's just game over. So I'm just chilling here. So at this moment, I've planned some rotates as well. But also, what I'm looking for is teams that look really desperate for surge. So I've identified two things. That this team here, they've been spraying everyone, so they look like they're pretty desperate for surge. And you want to identify the kids that are desperate for surge, because like right now in fourth zone, when surge hasn't activated yet, even if they get one tag on you, they're gonna get fucking horny, they're gonna get fucking hard, they're gonna keep on spraying your wall until you're dead, because they need the surge. I'm actually just keep speaking here because they're just fucking retarded and looking for clips. Just headshot snipes. So right here, surge is activated and fifth zone's fucked up. So right here, I noticed that in the replays it might not show, but like this right side at that time is kind of free. Yeah, there's this team on height right here, but this team below, but these teams are gonna rotate. And this team right here, we ended up killing. We end up, I think, killing one of them. Although I think it was another team that just pushed in. So right now, the difference between us and zone is basically just two teams. Well, three teams. But since they both will rotate, we just have to worry about this one team here. So right now, if I go into gameplay, so here, it's gonna do 1%. So right now, I'm just hugging zone at this point. And right here, I hear one of these kids' shield crack. Which means these kids really need surge. Right here. So I tell my teammates to just build. Right? Once we're rotating, once we fall down, we just build against these kids. Because as I said before, kids are gonna be really horny for surge. Look right here, these kids, they're not gonna stop spraying us. These kids, they're just gonna triple spray, they're not gonna stop spraying. And right here, we make the mistake of just like building one layer up. We could have gone box there. What ideally we should have done is just gone up here to the roof, and then we could have just gone in really easily. Because Zinx nearly got boxed there. But we don't end up worrying about them. And we just walk through here. Skiz at this point it's just behind us. And there's replay log as well. So right now I'm boxed up. And I know it shows there isn't any builds because, again, replay lag. And it's just a bug. It's not replay lag, it's just a bug. So right now we're chilling. We only ended up using around 300 mats to 400 mats to get in total, like, the entire team. So we are chilling. At this point, Zinx gets a headshot snipe, so we spray that team for a little bit, but that's about it. Okay, I'll just fast forward a bit. So right now we've just gone zone. Zone's pulled with us. And do you notice one thing here? There's no one to the left side of the zone here. Everyone is congested to the right side. But I don't recognize this at the time, so I decided to tunnel straight, which didn't end up being that bad, because we were there was like layers above us, and we were just cautious. No one was looking at us. But right here, this is what I talk about when I talk about dead side. Everyone in the map is cautious on the right side, on the edge. So right now, if you were in a team on the left side trying to rotate with the left side of zone, you would have a free rotate in. But we just and replay lag. So right here, there was a team below there. So I was just we were just replacing that, and Zinc started getting sprayed again. And now there's teams coming up to the left side of zone. So right here, I know no one's gonna look at us because there's so many teams next to us. And there's all these kids backside of zone that are just stuck, which a lot of kids are gonna look at. So I just tell my team to just frag out. I just tell them just to be horny for kills. And I just keep tarping, which you can't see because the builds are fucking invisible. And also, like, height isn't connected by much, but right now it's not the best position. We're not in the best position to go for height. We would have to build up layer, and in my opinion, it was too early to take height. So we didn't end up going for height. We just kept trying to get frogs. Right there, I just looked for height, but I realized that we shouldn't go for it. And we're still 1000 damage above, so we don't need surge. And there's also obviously replay lag. So right here, I ended up running out. I got some hearts from my teammates. And I kept tarping in. So right now I was trying to farm this tree, but I wouldn't. Farm it. And right here, I made a horrible mistake that costed my team. So if you see right now, there's this team above us on second height. And I know you can't see this on replays, but they got this floor above us. And didn't realize this at the time. And you'll see what ends up happening right now. So they get sprayed down. And there's just a duo in our box. And there's also this team below us. So I'm dead. And this team below us realizes what's going on. So they break us down. And there's some replay lag here. Well, what ends up happening is Kiss dies. Zinx manages to escape, but it wasn't a really good one. So if I was a bit more aware, we could have easily ordered that. And then Zinx. And Zinx right now, he's stuck on Mats. And he's just soloing endgame. So I'm just giving him some comms. So, one thing I want to point out, which is very important in team modes, is for goodness sake, if one of your teammates is solo in endgame, don't scream down the mic. You're just gonna make them panic and play worse. Give them comms. I'm not saying don't give them comms, but don't scream down their mic, because you're not letting them play at that point. Let them hear. Give them some comms from Mats. And as an IGL, when you're combing stuff, you have to keep that in mind. Right here, that's a full trio. So I just tell Jinx to not challenge that. So right now he's running a bit low on math, so he needs a refresh as well. Which I'll just wait for replay lag. Catch up. So he went backside of Storm, which was a dumb play by him, but he barely ended up coming out alive. He was around 200 marks at this point, which I hope I could show you, but I can't on replays. Now this is a full trio challenging him, so I tell him to go up. And they edited that down, which was unlucky, and then Zinx just ends up dying. It was a massive mistake by me because I costed the team. But a few points to revise from that game is always look for dead side. Because if in the 50-50, if we just run straight white lined it, we would have been getting sprayed from two sides. So always try to hug Storm and rotate through to the dead side. Alright then, so thank you everyone for watching the first episode of the IGL Masterclass. Hope we all see you guys tomorrow or the next episode.